Namaskar, thanks for joining here on Sports Buzz. The world of sports is always buzzing, but here's a bit of that buzz driven into your lives on our part. The headlines. India will take on South Africa in the second ODI of the three-match series. All eyes on Arshdeep and Avesh after heroics in first match. Auction for 17th season of the IPL is underway in Dubai. Standout encounters in Champions League's last 16 as holder Manchester City will play Copenhagen, while Spanish heavyweights Barcelona will face Napoli. In cricket, after India's comprehensive victory in the first ODI, the KL Rahul-led outfit will face South Africa in the second ODI at St. George's Park in Gqeberha. India is on the brink of a series win for the second time on South African soil. Shreyas Iyer is set to miss the game after his half-century in the first match. India is riding on the victory from the first ODI. With the help of a flawless performance by young pacers Arshdeep Singh and Avesh Khan in the opening game. Gqeberha has not hosted an ODI in more than 4 years, but it has not been a high-scoring venue. It is generally the slowest and lowest of surfaces among mainstream South African venues. India will hope to close out the series there. For South Africa, the next two are a must-win matches to avoid a fourth home series defeat in ODI since April 2021. South Africa could be expected to play both the spinners, Keshav Maharaj and Tabraiz Shamsi. Well, the auction for the 17th season of the India's T20 Cricket League, the Indian Premier League, is underway in Dubai. Australian captain Pat Cummins goes to Sunrisers Hyderabad for whooping 20.5 crores. Roman Powell was brought by the Rajasthan Royals for a price tag of rupees 7 crore 40 lakh, while Australia's World Cup star Travis Head was snapped up by the Sunrisers Hyderabad for rupees 6.8 crore. Meanwhile, Harry Brook was picked up for rupees 4 crore by Delhi Capitals. Besides that, names like Karun Nair, Manish Pandey, Stephen Smith and Riley Rousseau went unsold. A total of 333 cricketers go under the hammer for IPL season 17. As many as 214 are Indians, while 119 are overseas players. However, only 77 slots, including 30 for foreign players, are left to be filled at the mini IPL auction among 10 teams. While all 10 teams would be striving to enhance their strength of their current squads, two-time champions Kolkata Knight Riders have the most vacant slots at 12. Each team can have maximum of 25 players in their squad. Pakistan have been fined 10% of their match fee and penalised 2 ICC World Test Championship points for maintaining a slow over rate against Australia in the first test in Perth. Jawagal Srinath of the Emirates ICC elite panel of match referees imposed the sanctions after Pakistan were ruled to be 2 overs short of the target after time allowances were taken into consideration. Pakistan had slipped to number 2 position on the WTC 25 standings after a massive 360-run loss in the first test, and the penalty means that their percentage points have dropped from 66.67 to 61.11. Pakistan will face Australia in 2 more test matches in Melbourne and Sydney and will hope to win at least one of those 2 games. Otherwise, the situation may get out of hands for the men in green as far as qualification for the WTC final is concerned. West Indies have left out Shimron Hetmyer and Alzarri Joseph for the last 2 T20Is against England. Hetmyer has struggled across formats for Caribbean team. After scoring only 44 runs in the ODI series at an average of 14.67, Hetmyer scored only 3 runs in the first 2 T20Is. Subsequently, he was replaced with Sherfane Rutherford in the third T20I of the series. Top order batter Johnson Charles has been picked. Joseph, on the other hand, has been released, keeping in mind West Indies' full-fledged tour of Australia. Joseph bowled well in the second T20I against England after he picked up 3 wickets. On the back of his spell, West Indies won the match by 10 runs. In his place, the home team has opted for O'Shane Thomas, who has picked up 21 wickets from 20 T20Is since his debut in 2018. The 4th and 5th T20I will take place on Tuesday and Thursday in Trinidad. England won the third T20I by 7 wickets to stay alive in the series. Para-athlete Lloyd Fernandez, who won gold medal in table tennis men class 2 category at Khelo India Para Games, said the tournament was a big source of motivation for para players.
We worked hard to reach here, got good support from my family, my friends, all the other players also were there with us. So it was a long journey, but the results are good. I'm happy with the results. This event will definitely encourage more players to come ahead. We need more support. We need more awareness also among people who about para players, because we don't have support from many people from don't know how much we have to struggle, how much we have to work hard to reach this place, and such type of events will bring us to the limelight and it will help para sports in the future also.
Para player Gqeberha, who won gold medal in table tennis men class 1 category, said the event was well organized and it will encourage more players to emerge from the grassroots.
You know how sport is, anybody can win anything, yeah, totally unexpected. Great tournament, so well organized. I'm so happy with the organization, the quality of everything ran on time. Events like this make such a big difference because keeps everyone motivated, and training every day it's made a big difference to the community. I can't stress how important this tournament is, and we need many more tournaments like this every year.
All right, and ATP world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz guns for glory in the next year following his victory in Wimbledon and 6 titles in 2023. The Spaniard hopes to clinch biggest titles, Olympic success, and coveted #1 spot in 2024. The world number 2 Alcaraz intends to regain top spot from Novak Djokovic.
ATP World number 2 Carlos Alcaraz has set his goals for 2024. His objective is to win the Olympic medal and fend off challenges from Novak Djokovic and other players to win the biggest titles on offer.
We are going to try to get strong, get in the best possible shape to go to Australia, to try to win it, right? Which in the end is what I'm going to do every tournament. And obviously we are going to try to do the same or better than this season, adding Olympics. So trying to bring a medal back to my country is what I would like the most and what we are going to work on to achieve.
Carlos Alcaraz considers the upcoming year as a special. In 2023, he won 6 medals, including Wimbledon and Masters 1000, with victories in Indian Wells and Madrid. Alcaraz admitted that it would be up to him and his fellow ATP colleagues to try and halt Djokovic's supremacy on the court. The Serbian has 24 Grand Slam titles in his kitty. No doubt the world number 1 will gun for 4 more Grand Slams and an elusive Olympic gold medal in 2024.
Yes, totally. I think 2024 with the Olympics is going to be a special year for everybody. For the players, for the athletes, for the people who love sports, and obviously Djokovic. I think he has shown year after year that he is ready to win the 4 slams, that he is ready to win the gold. But well, we are here to stop him, aren't we?
The sporting rivalry between the top 2 tennis stars was hallmark of 2023. Djokovic won 3 of the 4 Grand Slam titles and seized back the number 1 spots from Alcaraz. For his part, Alcaraz says he has every intention of taking the crown back.
And still to come in DD India Sports Buzz. Champions League last 16 draw announced. Man City to face Copenhagen, while Arsenal will take on Porto. And time for a short break.
We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts. We demystify complex social, political and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times.
Welcome back. Holders Manchester City will play Copenhagen in the last 16 of the Champions League, while Arsenal face Porto. Danish champions Copenhagen, who finished above Manchester United in their group, reached the knockout stage for the first time since 2011. Copenhagen, who twice met City's rivals Manchester United in the group stage of the competition, will travel to Manchester again to face Pep Guardiola's side. The first legs take place on 13-14 or 20-21 February and second on 5-6 or 12-13 March. City and Arsenal are seeded, meaning they will play the second leg at home. Record 14-time winners Real Madrid meet RB Leipzig, while Inter Milan runners-up last season play Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich face Lazio. The final takes place at Wembley on 1st of June. Girona returned to the top of the Spanish league after a comprehensive 3-0 win over mid-table Alaves. The result lifted Girona 2 points ahead of Real Madrid at the top of La Liga and 9 of third-place Barcelona. Striker Artem Dovbyk grabbed a brace and winger Jan Bueno Kyoto dazzled on the right wing as Girona was far superior. Alaves has gone 24 matches away from home without a win, the worst such run in the club's history. The surprise title contender took the lead midway through the first half when Dovbyk was on hand to nod home a rebound after Antonio Silveira could only parry Kyoto's shot. Kyoto was involved again 4 minutes before halftime when the tricky winger fed Porto, who spun and drifted in a low shot. With an hour gone, Dovbyk made it 3-0 from the penalty spot after Kyoto was brought down in the box. Alaves was 13th place in La Liga, 3 points above the relegation zone. John Arias and John Kennedy scored in the second half to give Brazilian side Fluminense a hard-fought 2-0 win over Egypt's Al Ahly in their Club World Cup semi-final at King Abdullah Sports City. Arias scored from the penalty spot in the 71st minute after former Real Madrid fullback Marcelo was fouled inside the box. Substitute Kennedy added a second in the 89th minute with a striker to finish off a counter-attack. The Copa Libertadores champions will face the winners of Manchester City's semi-final against Japan's Urawa Red Diamonds on Tuesday. After the match, Fluminense coach Fernando Diniz congratulated his squad and said they plan to rest up and to watch the second semi-final so they can study their opponent ahead of Friday's final.
And today, once again, we got a spot in the final. I expected the match to be tough, and then to have those additional things in the match that we did not expect. The pitch, the ball, and how the players had to adapt to the environment. And now we are going to watch tomorrow's match to see who our opponent will be in the final, and we'll map it out and study them as best as we can. And we'll try and get some rest and try to have a great match in the final.
Fazer o nosso melhor para fazer grande jogo na finalíssima.
Fans of Brazilian side Fluminense erupted in jubilation when their team secured a spot in the Club World Cup final. Fans gathered to watch the match on a jumbo screen at the club's headquarters in Rio de Janeiro burst into chants and celebrations when the squad netted twice against Egypt's Al Ahly in their semi-final at King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah. The Copa Libertadores champions will face the winners of Manchester City's semi-final against Japan's Urawa Red Diamonds in the final in Jeddah. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola said his club is taking nothing for granted as they seek to complete their trophy cabinet by winning the Club World Cup. Manchester City is taking on Urawa Red Diamonds in the second semi-final. City, who won their first Champions League title this year, are yet to win the Club World Cup, a trophy Guardiola won twice with Barcelona and once with Bayern Munich. The last 10 editions of the Club World Cup have been won by European sides, and City will be firm favourites when they take on Asian Champions League holders Urawa at King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah on Tuesday. However, Guardiola urged caution, pointing to the strength of Japanese football.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor. So it's the first time Man City is here. So that means how difficult it is. We want to take it not for granted. We take it like a privilege. And I think for all the other clubs, for the South America, for Asia, for Arabic countries. So it's an honor to be here. And of course, economically, Europe is stronger than the other country. That is a reality. It's much better technically about the skills, about the preparation, the manager, the teams. I don't know. I will not absolutely be no respect about the quality of the other players of the other teams, the preparation of the managers. But of course, Europe is stronger economically. That's why every player and managers want to go to Europe to train or play. But at the same time, as I said, so to be here, sitting here, play tomorrow, have to do something exceptional in the past. Otherwise, you cannot be here. And that's why you have to take it and just play a good game tomorrow to deserve to be the final.
And FIFA's Club World Cup in 2025 is set to feature 32 teams, and it will be played from June 15 to July 13 in the United States, while a new Intercontinental Cup will be played annually from next year. The FIFA Council also decided that Chile will host the Under-20 World Cup in 2025, while Poland will host the Under-20 Women's World Cup in 2026. Let's look at the story for more details.
The World Soccer's governing body has chalked out the roadmap for the revamped Club World Cup. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said that Club World Cup in 2025 is set to feature 32 teams, and it will be played from June 15 to July 13 in the United States.
Well, in 2025 we will have a new club competition, a competition which will crown the world champion of the club, which is the best club in the world officially, with a title and a trophy delivered by FIFA. This new competition will be called Mundial de Clubes in Spanish, and it will take place in the United States of America from the 15th of June to the 13th of July 2025.
The United States will host the 2025 edition of the expanded event, which will be held every 4 years thereafter. The tournament will have 8 groups of 4, with the top 2 teams from each group going through to the knockout stages. Europe will have 12 teams in the new competition, and South America will have 6, while Africa, Asia and North America will have 4 each. Oceania has 1 slot, while the final slot will be allocated to a club from the host country. The current version, an annual competition with 7 teams, will be discontinued after the tournament in Saudi Arabia. Infantino said a new international cup will be played annually from next year.
Well, as well, a new competition for clubs on a yearly basis to strengthen club competitions around the world. So the champions of the different confederations will play on their home ground first, South America against North America, Asia against Africa, with Oceania against one of those who will qualify for a playoff match.
The FIFA Council met in Jeddah to ratify the dates for the Club World Cup. The Council also decided that Chile will host the Under-20 World Cup in 2025, while Poland will host the Under-20 Women's World Cup in 2026.
It has been an astonishing year for tennis player Novak Djokovic. He not only regained the #1 spot from Carlos Alcaraz, but also clinched the 3 Grand Slam trophies and 7 titles as well. The Serb also won a historic 24th Grand Slam title, establishing his status as one of the sport's all-time greats. Here's the recap of his achievements in 2023.
It has been a remarkable year for tennis player Novak Djokovic. He not only ended the year as world #1 for a record 8th time, but also clinched 3 out of the 4 Grand Slam trophies and 7 titles. Djokovic's victory in the ATP finals last month led to his rare achievement. The 36-year-old Serbian surpassed his own achievement as the oldest player to finish the year as numero uno. He had set the record in 2021 at the age of 34. The world number one had an astonishing season as he maintained an impressive win-loss record of 56-7. He also won a historic 24th Grand Slam title. Not only this, the year was particularly significant as Djokovic reclaimed the top spot from 20-year-old Carlos Alcaraz, establishing his status as one of the sport's all-time greats. The Serb started the year by winning the Australian Open title, followed by French Open and US Open, but Wimbledon eluded him. Djokovic lost an epic final to young Alcaraz, dashing his hopes of winning a calendar Grand Slam in the process. Apart from Djokovic's supremacy, the ATP rankings also indicated presence of young players such as Alcaraz and 20-year-old Holger Rune, as both finished in the top 10. Djokovic's stupendous success and the rise of young talents set the stage for an exciting future in men's tennis.
All right, and we leave you with the images of Match Racing Tour World Championship, which was won by Britain's Ian Williams. That's all in this edition of Sports, but you stay tuned for more news and updates.